Alrighty, should be live. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spread the link on Discord. Now, Chrome is running very slow today. Don't know if it's because of the weather, messing with the internet, or if it's just, you know, my computer being slow for some reason. But, I only got 2 tabs open, so that shouldn't be as bad as it normally is. Alright, let's go over to announcements. Alright. Going on Discord, and now let's get back to the gameplay. Where's the chat widget? For some reason, the chat box isn't showing up on my end. Like, I can't see anything in it at all. Oh, there we go, there we go. Huh. No, okay. It keeps popping in and out. I don't know what's up with Streamlabs. But, hello, Julius. Good to see you. Today we are, once again, playing Battle Network 1, trying to get the last few battle chips. Someone in the chat a couple days ago recommended just stocking up on all Sharkman chips, like just have 5 Sharkman V3s, and that will trivialize most battles. I did some testing off-screen for a couple hours, and I still wasn't able to get the wood aura from the next area, so I'm just going to come back to this one, collect every chip that I can, and then just hope that after doing that, I'll have enough to eventually get the last few chips. This is one chip I know I needed, and I know I didn't get it because I was too slow on the draw. Oh, no, I got it, good. Yep. Alright. I don't even actually have my list in front of me, I just know that the chips are in this area. I know I need Shadow Man 2 and 3, Muramasa, Wood Aura, Life Aura, and a couple of others. Searching for some Super Boss. Yeah, that will be the case after I get the last few battle chips. Because the only real post-game for Battle Network 1 is base. Like, you unlock a few bonus bosses, but there's no, like, story to them. So the entirety of the chip grinding is basically just collect every battle chip and then you're done. And of course, because this is Battle Network 1, you cannot run from battles unless you use the escape battle chip. And, you know, we've already beat this dead horse talking about the quality of life improvements in between games, etc. I'm hoping today that I can finish it out, or at the very least get within, you know, the range of where next time will be the end. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to this guy and buy some stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and stock up on HP memories. Alright, bought all those power-ups, and I already have all those chips, as far as I'm aware. There's just 2 more power-ups to find, and they're probably at some net dealer somewhere. So how's the weather over there? Where I'm at, we actually got snow for once. That like, rarely ever happens. I'm not going to say it never happens, because it has happened a couple times in the recent years, but it's very rare to see over here. Yeah, defeated Pharaoh Man earlier. He was the first post-game boss to go. You know, not counting Magic Man V2. Already farmed him and got all his chips, and I'm pretty sure I got a Yep, I got Anubis from him too. Alright. Let's see, Alright. That's Muramasa, which I need from Shadow Man V3. I need Wood Aura, which I get in the next area. Oh, right. Drop down and Leaf Shield. Life Aura, and then from there it's just Shadow Man 2 and 3. So, all but 1 chip I get, all but 2 chips I get in this area. The very last chip I get from base, which I need to get all the chips before I can fight him. Hello, Master Chief Snake. Good to see you again. Remember the bad guy from Infinity War? Yep. Yeah, they actually made Pharaoh Man, like, very, very impressive in that version. Like, holy crap, he was really powerful. Yeah, because that actually simultaneously led to what I think is the coolest, but also my least favorite incarnation of Pharaoh Man as a whole. As Pharaoh Man, I think that's the coolest version. But then, when they decided to turn him into Base, that's when I have the problem. Because I'm like, Base is his own character. He doesn't need to ride on the coattails of another Navi to be cool. Yeah, the problem here is that when you encounter those viruses solo, you're guaranteed to almost never get the chip from them because your busting level basically can't go higher than 9. I'm not exactly sure if I want to call that outright poor game design, but it's frustrating game design if nothing else. Anyway, Rio is playing Baldur's Gate at the moment, not doing a stream, he's just playing, but I got him muted on a Discord call, and whenever he's done, he said he'll jump back in and chat with us. Like I said, it's nowhere we are, so we can't be in the same building at the moment, so we're stuck in our own houses. Yeah, they called off work for me for the next couple days, so I'm just gonna hang out, stream, and work on a video or two, I suppose. Yeah, I agree. Very dumb twist. Like, Base has enough of his own identity. I'm gonna chalk it up to. I'm pretty sure that Battle Network 3 and Base's narrative backstory weren't revealed to the public yet. So when they wrote that arc of the anime, when they decided to introduce him, they just didn't have that source material to work with. So they decided to come up with something to fill in the gap. I could be mistaken on that, but yeah, the other canon versions of Base's backstory are way more impressive. Oh. Why they gotta do me like that? Yeah, I should have looked up how to do folder manipulation before we started this. Yeah, I need both of these chips here. And now I'm not going to get either of them because I took a hit. I didn't expect that to land where it did. You are correct on that front. In the Battle Network universe, Cossack created Base. Fun fact, they also had some concept art for Kalinka, Dr. Cossack's daughter, but it never made it into the actual game itself. So I wonder what would her role have been in Battle Network. Someone said that they probably would have given her like a Maria Robotnik role, like from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like you're best friends with the... Oh, that's just rude. It's like best friends with the edgelord character, and you're trying to convince them to not be evil, kind of deal. Really? I'm going to have to ask you to stop doing that. Enough! Do you not know any attacks? Yeah, she never actually appeared in the game's anime or manga, but concept art does exist of her. But, yeah, we never got to see that do anything. Why does the V3 version move so slow? especially since there's only 2 of them, like, on the battlefield at once. Just to make me trip up and accidentally step into one of them. Ugh. Crap. Too soon. Okay, I got the strat now. Best way to get drop down is going to be from this battle right here. I didn't actually realize that it appeared in more than just the one. Alright, I'm going to pull up a guide real quick over at the Rock Mini EXE zone. Just rush. I ain't worried about him. Okay. Okay, so a popper can also appear in the same encounter with one of the cyclone viruses. Okay, so the key is to not encounter them together. That's what I'm getting from this. It does seem that throwing 2 Sharkman V3s at them would be the best course of action. Alright, so I'm gonna keep Skullman in my folder for now because I'm still hunting for Shadowman as well. And once I am sure that he is done for, and I've gotten the 3 remaining chips from him, then I can worry about everyone else. Didn't know the Rush was the pet of MegaMan. Hey, didn't know the original series. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I've said before, the series I know the least about as well is Classic. I guess you could say that technically the least I know about is Legends because there's only 2 games to work with. But I honestly think I've spent more time playing Legends than I have spent playing Classic. But yeah, I knew that simply because I watched the MegaMan cartoon a bit when I was a kid. Not a lot of it, because by the time I found out about it, it was already out on DVD and not, like, coming on TV. But, yeah, Rush's MegaMan's dog found that out outside of the games, basically. There's Shadow Man. But yeah, in the EXE series, Rush isn't exactly MegaMan's pet. Yeah, even in the anime, he's more so Roll's pet than MegaMan's. So, that is what it is. And Rush does exist outside of these viruses in the first 2 games, but doesn't really have any bearing on the story. Oh yeah, Shadow Man's one of the post-game bosses in Battle Network 1. No story encounter, just here he is, fight him. And he comes back for Battle Network 2, and then Network Transmission, EXE 4.5, and finally Battle Network 5. He's also one of my personal favorites, like, in the whole series. I absolutely love his design. Ow. Hopefully this is enough for Shadow Man V2, at least. Nah, not fast enough. I messed up already. That is what I should have done the first turn. That's better. That's better. Don't mind me, just gonna casually drop a giant skull on you. I don't know why I didn't dodge that. Good. Alright. Now I just need Shadow Man V3 and Muramasa from him. Then I can focus on the other viruses. The Italian version of the anime, Shadow Man and Skullman are voiced by the same person, known for playing Shaggy, Rogers, and Scooby-Doo during the 2000 series. I wasn't aware of that, actually. That's pretty cool. I love finding out when like, characters that you love play someone completely different. Like, in the English dub of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, I think it's really funny that the three voice actors who play Ed, Ed, and Eddie over here also played three different characters in Gundam Seed. If I remember correctly, the voice actor for Eddie played Miguel Iman. I know the voice actor for Double D played Athrun Zala. And process of elimination, that would mean that the voice actor for Ed played Kira Yamato. More than that, Brad Swale, the actor who played Lan Hikari in the English dub of NT Warrior, also played Amuro Ray in Mobile Suit Gundam. He played Harry in Zoid's New Century Zero. A character named Owl, I think is how you pronounce his name, in what's it called? Gundam Seed Destiny, and a couple others like that. So I need that virus encounter, but I need to do better. Yeah, it's just, I think it's hilarious. And of course, one of the most famous ones, like, at least in the communities that I hang out with, is that the voice of Rolf from Ed, Ed, Eddie was also one of the English voices of Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Now, Goku's had a handful of English dub voices over here, one of which was, I am suddenly having a brain fart and can't remember his name. Ian McCorlett, I think is his name. The guy who played MegaMan in the 90s MegaMan cartoon, as well as Cheetor and Beast Wars, he was the original English voice of Goku back during they call it the Rock the Dragon dub. Like, Dragon Ball Z's had a handful of different dubs over the years, and the one that aired on Toonami on Cartoon Network over here was called the Rock the Dragon dub because of the theme song, which is like one of the most catchy things ever, by the way. I was never like huge into Dragon Ball Z, but that theme song is kicking. And so yeah, Mega Man is Goku. Long story short. Not Ian Mick Corlett, Ian James Corlett. That was his name. Sorry, I guess I was thinking Scott McNeil, who also played in Mega Man and Beast Wars and a couple other series. He was Proto Man and Dr. Wily in Beast Wars. No, he was Proto Man and Dr. Wily in Mega Man, and he played like 3 characters in Beast Wars. So, how can I not remember his name? I met him at a con a couple months ago. Sorry, when I get on a roll like this, I get a little bit scatterbrained. One thing I kind of like to see in different, like, crossover with characters in between mediums is when they'll throw references to other roles that the character has done into whatever they're doing now. For example, Overwatch. What's his name? Matt Mercer played the cowboy formerly known as McCree. I think his name is Cassidy now. Because Scandal. But he also played Jotaro in the English dub of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, and they actually inserted a line in the English dub to where they had Jotaro say, "It's high noon," as a reference to him playing the cowboy. So, it's just a bunch of people who play Overwatch thought that was cool. I've never played Overwatch, but I still appreciate subtle, even not so subtle nods like that. The voice actor who played Eddie in Ed, and Eddie also played Dex, and I can definitely say that Double D played Numberman, and that is like the most perfect casting right there. Because if Double D was a Navi, it would absolutely be Numberman. There's no other way around it. I can't remember the actor's name, but the voice actor for Burnerman in Access is the same guy who played the most well-known English dub of the character Kai Shiden from Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah, like, Gundam and Mega Man were 2 of my biggest, like, obsessions when I was a kid, so I've spotted, like, a bunch of different linking voice actors between the 2. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this, so that's why I'm just rambling on and on about it. Wait, Matt Mercer played Ganondorf? Really? I was not aware of that. I think that's kind of hilarious. On the subject of crossover and, like, characteristics of one version applying to another, I love how a big chunk of the internet has all agreed that Ganondorf canonically sings the song Suavemente just based on that one Terminal Montage video. Now, granted, it was a recurring joke on the Terminal Montage channel. Like, if you never watched the channel, go check it out. He does these things called something about this video game, and it's just a really fast, high-speed animation based on the video game. And when they were playing Ocarina of Time, the Forest Temple, they got to Phantom Ganon, and Ganon just busts out singing the song Suavemente by Elvis Crespo. And the internet took that and ran with it. And, of course, he brought that back for the Tears of the Kingdom launch, and I see it popping up in a bunch of other different places, too, like Gerudo Valley Suavemente mashup, that kind of thing. And it's fantastic. I love it. Shadow Man again. Yes. You still have 2 chips that I need. Alright, we're gonna have to be quick and precise with this one, because I don't have fast gauge first thing. Yeah, Terminal Montage does some great stuff, and I'm really waiting for him to make either another Mega Man video or to continue the Zelda series, because, because he hasn't really posted a lot that I've really been interested in lately. The Kerbo Christmas he posted this year was pretty sweet, but I can't blame him for taking a long time in between videos, because I know that animation is not easy. Like, I've never really... I mean, heck, even that little sprite animation I posted on the channel, a week ago or so, just, that took a while, and that wasn't even me, like, hand-drawing everything. That was just throwing some sprites onto Microsoft Paint. But I know animation takes a long time, so I can't blame him for having a long time gap in between. Plus, this is, since this is his job, he likes to take it seriously and put a lot of time and effort into it. So I can't fault him at all for taking a long time in between projects. Yeah, I think we got this. Bam, bam, bam. That should be enough to knock him out, right? What was that? Yeah, sounded like something fell. Don't know what it was. But so yeah, he's when Tears of the Kingdom came out, he did a little short snippet of Spanish Ganondorf doing Suavemente again, and then when he did the full Tears of the Kingdom animated speedrun, he brought it back again there as well, and of course the internet has just taken it and had a lot of fun with it. Then he did another Kerbo Christmas this year. Kerbo was sick, so everyone chipped in and gave him a good Christmas. So it was fun. It was nice. Nah. Not going to bother redoing that one simply because I didn't have a good start. I need a good start if I'm going to do it quickly. But yeah, he's still working on, he said he's going to do, like, the entire Ocarina of Time, like, every dungeon's going to get its own dedicated video. And, honestly, at the rate he's going, it's probably going to be, like, I hate to be a downer, but it's probably going to take about 7 years to get everything finished, because he hasn't even done the Water Temple yet. And then after the Water Temple, you still got Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple, aren't there, like, 6 in total, I think? I semi-recently played Ocarina of Time, so I'm having trouble remembering, but yeah, Bottom of the Well, Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple, that kind of thing. Then, of course, there's, he's still got to do the final showdown with Ganondorf, and I think he said that after he's done with all the smaller parts, he is actually going to put them all together in like a big feature leak thing, which I'm excited for when that comes out. But that is like sometime way over the horizon. He's done a handful of Mega Man videos. I think the only 2 that he's done that were explicitly just Mega Man was Mega Man X and Mega Man X Storm Eagle's Revenge. And Mega Man has made cameos in his Super Smash Bros. Videos. But I would definitely love to see him just do like a full dedicated, like, classic Mega Man Legends, or even, like, if we're really lucky, Battle Network. Something about Mega Man Battle Network speedrunning. Just show us all the busted tech that goes into that, like the constant like jank walking, start resetting, just everything, all the button mashing. That'd be pretty funny if he were to try to animate that. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on a couple streams ago, but one thing I've noticed about playing on the Wii U version here is that occasionally there will be like a frame skip. The game won't lag, but there will be just like an entire missing frame. And I'm not even looking at the display on the computer that's picking it up through the HDMI. I'm looking at the Wii U gamepad. Like, it's connected directly to the Wii. Or the Wii U, rather. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, that got a little bit crazy. Like, I was just asking around on Discord for some info about potential Mega Man Christmas topics, and then they're like, yeah, take a look at this. And they showed me Christmas Bit, and I'm like, that's a little bit unhinged right there. Oh, hey Loaf, good to see you. It's been a while. I still have your battle chips on my copy of 2. I need to give those back to you. Oh, hey Chief, you're still here. Good to see you. How's the weather over there? Don't know if y'all were here when I said earlier, but I'm snowed in. And my wife is staying with my parents at the moment because she works near where they live. And she works at a gas station. Like, you might have heard of one called Buc-ee's. It's really famous here in the United States. For the life of me, I can't really figure out why, other than just the spectacle of everything. But it pays really well, if nothing else. So she's stuck over there. She can't afford to miss any more work because of the way they do their paid time off and all that. It's really weird. Well, make sure you stay warm over there, and eat some nice warm soup, drink some nice warm beverages, and keep yourself cozy. If you have to go anywhere, stay safe on the roads. Hello, Lemmy Frog. Yeah, we're currently after Drop Down, Leaf Shield, Shadow Man 3, Muramasa, and I think that's everything in this area. And then in the next area, I have to get Wood Aura and Life Aura, and that should be everything. Which, I can't get Life Aura until I get all the rest of those. And after I get Drop Down, like, I guess just as a kind of little final bonus thing, I'm going to go get Hero Sword B from that guy in Scilab, and then just complete the double hero program advance, and then just call that Battle Network 1 post-game done. Yep, let me check. Yep, 6 chips exactly, so yes. Drop Down, Leaf Shield, Muramasa, Shadow Man 3, Wood Aura Life... Yep, that's all of them. On the plus side, I got a guide pulled up here, and there are some opportunities to obtain the Drop Down and Leaf Shield in a place that, in a way that is less soul-crushing than having to fight both viruses at once. I honestly don't think Muramasa will be that tough to get. Actually, just as a bit of making this easier, because I've already decided to go for Muramasa and Shadow Man before I go for the others, I am going to go ahead and just pad out my folder with all my Skullman chips, and that way I can just throw them all at Shadow Man at once and just deplete all of his HP in one go. You know, watch me do that, then I get like a really good folder set up that would have gotten me Drop Down. Yep, and I believe I can do it because Skullman here does a lot of damage and is homing. I mean, look at that. 210 damage just right off the bat. And because we're playing the Wii U version, I am not above save scumming with save states. I do really wish that I had some attack ups, just so that way when I encounter the Leaf Shield virus, I could just bop him in one hit. Yep, I believe it. And that's taking the time to actually encounter him, too, because, you know, said it before, in Battle Network 1, you don't get, like, locate enemy sub-chips. It's just, you know, you get what you get. I always thought it's funny that Skullman's chip shows him using his Boomerang Bone, but his actual attack is the Skull Crush. I'm not too worried. I got Anubis fairly quickly from Pharaoh Man, so I think I should be able to get Muramasa pretty quickly from Shadow Man. I just need a good, like, first 2 turns, and then I can make it happen. If I get Fast Gauge within the first 2 turns, then that should be all I need. Would it still be good in Battle Network 6? If it did the same amount of damage, then I would say absolutely. I mean, 210 damage, and it's homing? Like, it's a guaranteed hit on at least one of them? Or, I mean, Battle Network 6 did up the attack of a lot of battle chips because a lot of enemies had higher HP, so it'd probably be swinging for maybe 250 or 300, because you got things like Metal Man V3, who I think can max out at 300, and while that one's not homing, you can choose where his fist punches with good timing and a button input. So, if it was in Battle Network 6, I think Skullman would be a very good chip to have. Oh, this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. Alright, just button mash and hope for the best. Not going to get it because I used the Buster. I should have used Fighter Sword to knock down the aura. That's what I was talking about. 2 Navi chips on the very first turn. And, yeah. I know there's a way to manipulate the folder in Battle Network 1, but I don't know what it is. I just never took the time to learn. Huh. Kind of impressed that guy survived. Does the splash damage from Quake in this game not do the same amount as the actual hit? Yeah, just drop some skulls on him. Pause, take a sip of coffee. One reason I'm really anxious to get done with this post-game is for those who don't remember or haven't heard me say it before, the next thing that I'm solo streaming is a challenge run of MegaMan Battleship Challenge. Beat the game, at least like the main game, without getting hit, without taking any damage, in a game where you cannot dodge. I did a proof of concept run up through the first tournament, so it's possible. I just need to actually pull it off. Up the attack, it would probably be 300. Yeah, I would say Skullman SP would most likely do 300 damage. Like, that would be the cap, probably, because they don't like to go much higher than that. For non-Giga chips. But yeah, kind of looking forward to playing Battleship Challenge, because it's been a hot minute since I actually played it, and I actually enjoyed Battleship Challenge for what it was. It wasn't great, but I still thought it was fun. Fun enough, at least. Played a bunch of it, but you have no idea why? Well, probably curiosity more than anything. Same reason that... Y'all saw that, right? Or, wait, did Skullman hit the... No, Skullman hit the guy in the back row when he wasn't dropped down. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought it wouldn't hit him because he wasn't available to hit. I thought Skullman just, like, missed. There we go. Or does MegaMan Zero manga look so dumb? It's not just you. I'm gonna save my complete thoughts for when I eventually get around to doing a video. And believe me, there will be a video. But the best way I can describe it is I question 99% of the creative choices they made with that manga. Oh, hello there, Ashar Kauser? Is that how you pronounce that? I've seen you in the chat before, but I think you had a different screen name at the time. I think I've actually seen you floating around some of the Battle Network fan groups on Facebook, too, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder how the MegaMan ZX manga is, because that one actually did get released here in the United States. I've seen it at Books A Million numerous times, you know, back in the day. But hopefully it did better than the Zero manga. Bounce Jones. Not on Facebook? I guess not then. Your profile picture looks kind of familiar. Right. Cousin of yours gave you a Battleship Challenge. You're really young. It took a very long time to get through it. Enjoy it, but it's quite long for what it is. It's long and repetitive. Like, I don't even think... Well, yeah, it's like there's not that many tournaments, but the tournaments steadily get longer and longer, especially when you get to, like, the Chaos Tournament and all that. When you need... when you have to do, like, a 100-round battle in a row without losing. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's like the number of tournaments isn't necessarily large, but they get longer and longer as time goes on. I'll tell you, one chip that I really wish that I had right now, Guardian. Like, I feel like a Guardian would be really good to use here. Just get a little extra damage if the Heady virus wants to smack its face into the Guardian for some damage, and then just throw on a little additional with throw on some additional damage with Lightning Bolt afterward. Alright, so Shadow Man attacks 3 times. And it looks like he goes after the one with the most HP first. Ow. Favorite enemy to play in Battle Chip Challenge? Favorite to actually play as was probably either Hub Style or Base GS. I had a friend who gave me a strategy guide for the game after I got it. And I used like some of the cheats in there to like prematurely unlock Hub Style or to figure out how to do it quicker. And Hub Style fights great, but he's only got 200 HP. And normal style Mega Man only has 500, and you don't get HP ups. But if you can get Hub Style to attack, he does a ton of damage. Favorite character design that's exclusive to Battle Chip Challenge, Turbo Man. I absolutely love Turbo Man. Ring also has really good design, but I just didn't really spend a lot of time playing as them because I just didn't really find them that effective. Against bosses, the Shadow Man chip is better compared to the Skull Man chips. Shadow Man V3, perhaps, because his actually does like 100 damage a hit. And I guess even, yeah, that'd be 270 damage just on the spot. So, yeah, I think I could swap out one of my Skull Man 3s for the other Shadow Man 2 that I have. Ah, hey, Sir Isaac. Welcome. Yeah, midday stream for once instead of, mid-afternoon. We're back at it again, taking a different approach this time. This time, I just decided that I'm gonna gather all the chips that are in this area, which the remaining ones are 4. Shadow Man 3, Muramasa, Drop Down, and Leaf Shield. Then after that, we'll go after Wood Aura and Life Aura. I took that one commenter's recommendation last time and got all the Sharkman chips, which I will use when farming viruses, but for now, I'm farming Skullman. Doing pretty well. You're late to the chat, so I'll bring you up on it too. I'm snowed in at home right now. It actually snowed where I live for once. It rarely does this. I'm not gonna say never, but it's a very rare occasion. And I enjoy it. I like snow. Might actually go out and build Snowman a little bit later after we're done here. Rio is not here with me today, but he is probably going to hop on Discord later after he gets done playing Baldur's Gate. Really wish that the programming of only one enemy. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on a minute. Shadow Man, I need you to hit the correct order here. It's not going to be strong enough, is it? Nope. Is it? Yes! Leaf Shield! I wasn't even planning on that, but I'll take it. Alright, so that's one less to worry about. Heck yeah. Really reminds you of trying to get everything Soul Calibur 2 and 3 because of the fighting games. Yeah, I played a bit of Soul Calibur back in the day. I remember... Which one did I play? The one on regular Xbox, I think. Spawn was the secret bonus character. Hey, Blake Blast, long time. It's been a while. I've actually gotten more fire auras than I need. It's getting the others that I'm worried about. Wood aura is the one that I really need to get after this. Tennessee a few years ago was the same deal. Hardly ever snowed. When it did snow, it snowed a lot. Yeah, it's yep. Leaf Shield is also in Battle Network 2. Oh wait, Mega Man 2, not Battle Network 2. Yes. Yeah, they took Woodman's signature move and gave it to some random virus on the internet. The only Soul Calibur on OG Xbox was 2. Yeah, it was Soul Calibur 2 then. My apologies. I think I did play a little bit of 3 on PS2. That's the one that had Abyss. Is like, yeah, that character with the scythe. And then after you beat him in campaign mode, he turned into like this, like demon scythe wielder thing. 5 Sharkman V3 for it. Popper Heady Virus. Yeah, that's actually the strat that someone on the stream a couple days ago recommended. I'm actually farming Shadow Man at the moment. Or I'm trying to farm him, but he won't show up. I just need to get Shadow Man 2 and I need to get Shadow Man 3 and Muramasa. Then I can worry about drop down. Then after that, I just need Wood Aura. Yeah, I've heard basically nothing but good things about it as well. I don't really pay attention to what a lot of the like gaming magazines and the like say about games, simply because if a game looks good to me, I'm gonna play it regardless of what the score says. Same with movies and such. If it piques my interest, I'll give it a shot. Soul Calibur is definitely interesting in some of the crossovers that they've done. Alright, I have a feeling this could be a good one right here. Too soon. Stronger too soon. It can be gotten as a trade sequence. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, let me see. Alright, Invis 2J. Okay. You said Cloudist K. And Raton 3L. I have all of those. Wow. I feel really dumb now. Okay, so yeah, let's get Shadow Man's chips. Let's get Drop Down. Let's go grab Wood Aura. Oh, I think I know exactly where it is too. It's in Dentown, isn't it? It's that girl standing right there off to the side. Is she the one who acts like? Is she the one who talks like Shaggy, or is that someone else I'm thinking about? Yes, Battle Network 2 is going to be. I'm going to be doing a commentary-less playthrough of that one. And Rio and I are actually going to live stream the Legacy Collection version of BN2 because we've already started it. The trade for that one's in the Waterworks. Okay. I know the trade for the Hero Sword is also in the Waterworks, so I need to go that way anyway. This can be played as FTB Tales of the Soul. Alright, cool. Yeah, Soul Calibur, I was going to say, they do a lot of cool, interesting things with some of the crossovers they've done. Like, in Soul Calibur, I think it was 4, whichever one was on the Xbox 360 PS3, you could play as Star Wars characters, Yoda, Darth Vader, and Starkiller, even though they just called him the Apprentice. Because, I don't think they actually name-dropped him yet. Fun fact, that was actually his first appearance before, The Force Unleashed wasn't even out yet. Darth Vader's Secret Apprentice first made his appearance in Soul Calibur. And then I think there's some character customization options in one of the games, Soul Calibur 3, I think. Whichever one had Chronicles of the Sword. And you could get some custom parts that were based on Cosmos from the Xenosaga series. Robot Master, you wish got a Navi variant. Yes, Crash Man. Then we could have the entire Mega Man 2 lineup. There's a handful of others. Did I just not collect the mystery data? Did I just run all the way back here and just not see it? Oh well. Alright. Here we go. Yoda was banned in tournaments. Yeah, for being too short. He's like Oddjob in GoldenEye. Other Navis that I wish... Or other Robot Masters I wish were Navis. Let me see. Crashman is the big one. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I watched my brother play it a good bit when we were growing up, and it's always just kind of been in the back of my mind as something I really want to play, and I just haven't taken the time to do so yet. He even let me borrow the game, and I held on to it for over a year, but did nothing with it, so I just decided, you know what, that wasn't good. I just decided I'm just gonna go ahead and give this back to you. I will play it when I get the time, and a copy of Xenosaga 1 is not really that expensive. 2, I'm not certain about. 3 is where the money is, though. He has 3, so when the time comes, I'll borrow it from him. But we also borrowed his copy of MegaMan Legends 2, and I still haven't given that back yet. But we haven't finished Legends 2 because we're having audio issues. And I was supposed to give it back to him over Christmas, but I can't find the case for it. Like, I have the game, I just can't find the case. So, I'll be giving it back to him as soon as I find the case. Probably going to mail it to him. And because he lives, like, 5 states away from me now. He got married and moved away. But Xenosaga is one of those that I definitely want to play and want to give a good go from playing it and not just spectating. Alright, Shadow Man, I'll be taking your sword, please. That's game. You know what? I am mad. I could use that. I can use that quite well, actually. Rio is gonna laugh when he hears that we didn't need to burn all that time. Wait. Not Raton. Shadow Man. Whoops. Rio is gonna laugh and rage when he finds out we can get wood aura from a trade. I think I actually had that written down in the notepad that I had for this chip grinding. Let me check. Like, we used his computer last time, and I'm using mine today. Oh, that was quick. Okay, I'll check here in a sec. To from Nier Automata was in another fighting game as well. Yeah, I miss, like, when they would do, like, big, grandiose, just multi-franchise... Or not even, like, multi-franchise fighting games, but when it's, like, you'd have one franchise with a couple of cameo characters. Like, I know we have things like Multiversus and Smash Bros., but, like, Soul Calibur was its own thing with its own lore, and they brought in, like, other third-party characters just for the heck of it, and it was cool. Cheez-Its. I enjoyed them well enough. You know, nice, salty, to go really good in some tomato soup. As for which is better, Cheez-Its or Cheese Nips, I guess that's a matter of preference. I definitely think that Cheez-Its are saltier and crunchier. And if you buy Cheese Nips instead of Cheez-Its, you're going to have some fat guy pull his shirt up and like do epic dancing move while cussing like a sailor. That's an old meme right there. People don't get that Cheez-Its and Cheese Nips are not the same thing. So when my dad brought home Cheese Nips, I was so effing mad. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised at how many like snack foods, like certain crackers and potato chips, go really well in tomato soup. A really good one, or at least I enjoy it, that I never thought would be a good pairing: sea salt and vinegar flavored potato chips in tomato soup. The only problem is that the chips go soggy way too quickly, but the flavor is excellent. Actually, better idea. Let's do this. There we go. You know what, Blake Blast, I think you actually probably just saved this run, or, well, this stream session, because if this means I don't have to grind for Wood Aura, then that means that once I get drop down, after I get Shadow Man's last 2 chips, then that means that we can actually finish out Battle Network 1 today and like lay it to rest, and then start Battle Chip Challenge no hit run next stream. Ah, dang it. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat's another one that does that. I forgot they do that. I think Frank West from Dead Rising would be an excellent addition to Mortal Kombat. Like not even joking. And this one is from the same franchise, but if they ever make an Injustice 3, or if they already have maybe one I didn't and I missed it, Injustice 4, I really wish that they would put Manchester Black into Injustice. He's one of Superman's enemies. He considers himself more of an anti-hero than a villain, simply because he's like a hardcore vigilante. I guess kind of like the Punisher, but imagine he has Mewtwo powers. He's a psychokinetic, he can read your mind, he can shoot bursts of telekinetic energy, that kind of thing. And he appeared in the movie Superman vs. the Elite, and he also, of course, had his own comic arc. And he's honestly probably my favorite Superman side character, so I really wish that Manchester Black would have shown up in Injustice. Alright, let's just return these ninja stars to center. Oh, no! Like I said, I just need the first 2 turns to go well, and then I can do the rest no problem. I need to get a fast gauge first turn is what it is. And I think I already have 4 of them in my folder. I have at least 3. I have all the ones that I have in my folder. Oh yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I think the side characters is where it's at. One thing that it's I don't know if you ever watched the Teen Titans cartoon, you know, the good one back in the day. I honestly think the weakest season out of all of them was the final season we got, season 5, because it seems like that's when it remembered that it was a DC show. Like, it had other DC characters show up, but then they just decided to go all out with the DC crossover and have, like, so many obscure characters, I say obscure, not really mainstream characters showing up, and they took the story and decided to make it about the Doom Patrol fighting the Brotherhood of Evil, but the Doom Patrol was only in like the first 2 episodes of the season and never showed up again. Hey, Rio's finally here. Oh, Rio, you're gonna rage at this. Blake Blast in the chat told me, we don't need to grind for Wood Aura. There's a trade that you can get it from, and I have the chips to do the trade. We wasted like an hour last stream doing nothing. Shadow Man, don't fail me. Don't fail me. Yes! Yes! Shadow Man MVP as far as the Navi chips are concerned. Now we just got to go get his last chips, and then... Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Nope, actually, I'm about to, I'm gonna go get it right now. First thing I'm gonna get, though... You. No, not you. You? No. One of you. No. No. You. Yes, you. Alright. Hero Sword B. Where's my Fighter Sword B? Let's go ahead and throw that in the folder. And then let's throw Proto Man there just for good measure. Just gonna unload on Shadow Man with double hero. Just lay the smackdown on him. Now let's see. Where? You? No. I think you might actually be over in Power Plant. Heavily rushed because they thought they were going to have more time last episode. Oh yeah, that. Not even counting that. I was talking about the rest of the season. But yes, Things Changed was a terrible episode to leave off on. Not you. Now, I think that was Quizmaster. Where is the person who has Wood Aura? I seriously think it's that little girl over in Dentown. I know the guy who had the Hero Sword was in the Waterworks, because I just got it from him. And now we gotta go, gotta run. Three, I think. Four total. I'm about to get one of them. Shadow Man has two of them. It's like, Shadow Man still has Shadow Man 3 and Muramasa. I'm about to get Wood Aura. Then after that, we just need Life Aura from base. So basically, I'm just gotta go get Life Aura from whoever is trading this, then go beat up Shadow Man until he gives us his sword and his clone, and then go fight base, and then we're done. We're done with Battle Network 1. I think the person is over here. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a little girl over here. You. Yes, you. No, not you. Ah, Power Plant Restaurant, of course. Yes. Come on. Move. Open the gate. Too far. I thought, I was saying before I got interrupted by Shadow Man earlier, I had a notepad. Here we go. I have a notepad with the chips that I need. Yes, restaurant. Yes. That's what Game FAQ says. So, Let's go, let's go, let's go. Don't even care about the code, just gotta have it for my library. I didn't even have that written down in the notepad. I just said where to get it, like, as far as the viruses were concerned. Right. To the restaurant. Yeah, they don't move. They don't move till you need them to. It's like the laser gauge from Star Wars Episode 1. You. Yes. Excellent. Girlfriend wants cute chips. Yeah, I guess those qualify. Bree thinks that ghosts are cute, so Invis 2 counts. I guess. Wait. Any could be more satisfying if they showed Beast Boy coming back, beating Cinderblock. No, it wasn't Cinderblock. It was some nameless monster, and Slade was taunting him the whole time. Yep, just 2 more chips. I'm questioning my strategy, though. Before I actually... No, I'm just going to go with what I have. Which the Battle.net games easier time navigating the overworlds? Yeah, like, actually, no, even the DS versions didn't have maps for the overworlds. Qui-Gon gets hit by a runway bus. Yeah, that sounds like something that that sounds like an edit that Janobot or Jar Jar Plus Productions would do. They're YouTubers who do like a bunch of Star Wars edits. All right, now to get back to the deep part of the internet. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Heck, there's still stuff that I forget about from time to time. Alright, so what I was going to say is, I guess the question now is, do I actually want to try to use... do I actually want to try to use Double Hero as a means of, like, defeating Shadow Man in a timely manner, or do I just want to stick with the strategy that I have? I'm actually going to pull up a map real quick, because I don't remember how to get there, despite how many times I've run through this internet. Thank you, Cossacks Lab. Alright, you enter the government complex at Internet Area 3. And I need to go... I need to step on a panel and immediately encounter a virus. There we go. Okay. So, we go from here. Next is... oh, right. It's lower level. Alright, we'll see when we get back, Zenelli. Falling off the reactor platforms, yeah, especially when it's like, like when the light that he catches onto just falls with him. I think one of my favorite edits that, I think it was, is it Janobot or Xanobot? It's something bot. Darth Small. It's like Darth Maul is just very short. Obi-Wan just walks up and punts him. Someone in the comments brought up, it's very terrifying to think about a double-bladed lightsaber at your kneecap level. See, if I just had an attack plus 10 right there, that would have ended it. But no, those don't come until the next game. I really hope that I don't get jumped by Color Man and just get whacked. Because, like, that would kind of ruin my day. In fact, I should go ahead and save before anything happens. Like, knowing my luck, I say that, and it's going to happen. Just for good measure. No, that's the wrong way. This way. Battle Network 1 doesn't have trapped mystery data, but it's just this one time. The mystery data was a virus. It's Color Man. Now, I can beat Color Man. I have no doubt of that. I'm not in the mood for any more delays than I have to have at the moment. I want to get back there. I want to beat up Shadow Man. Alright. Internet Area 10. Okay, from here, I need to take the path going to the right. Not this right. Too soon. Alright, I may as well just go ahead and give a demonstration of how Double Hero looks in Battle Network 1. Ow. What a weird number to stop on. Like, I get that armor halves how much damage you take. Yeah, Darth Small, just punt. I think it was Janobot, like with a J, not with a Z. I was just having a brain fart. Yeah, I meant to ask, I can hear something tapping outside my window, like, it sounds like rain, but I don't know if it's rain or if it's, like, sleet. Alright, I need to catch up on chat here in a sec. I should have used Fast Cage instead. Russian scientist Cossack. Or a Spanish scientist named Dr. Flamenco. Oh, that was a Cat Icarus quote. I never actually watched any Cat Icarus' videos. I see him pop up in my recommendation from time to time, though. Alright, here we go. The original Double Hero. Fighter Sword, Knight Sword, Hero Sword, Proto Man. Unlike every other game afterward, this one hits everything, not just the enemy area. It also does a set amount of damage. Too bad in this game they don't, like, keep track of what program advances you have. I have the opposite sentiment. I actually quite enjoy the snow because we get nothing but sun year round, basically, and pollen. We get rain occasionally, but it's mostly sun and pollen. So whenever we get snow, I take the time to enjoy it. Like I said, after we get done with the stream, I'm probably going to go outside and build a snowman. Just gotta make sure I can find the right shoes, because yeah, it's like Rio said, no one around here is ever prepared for snow. So, like, when we got that, we got, like, an actual legit Arctic storm, like, 3-4 years ago, and it was, like, frosted over for days. Like, and the snow, it stopped snowing, but then it rained on top of the snow, and it froze solid. So, it's like, it turned to, like, it wasn't fun playing snow anymore, it's, like, sticky snow, and the roads were terrible. Alright. This is, yeah, I'm on the right path now. Let us know as long as you're not driving in it. Yeah, I can relate to that sentiment. I like snow. I like snow when I do not have to be on the road. I mean, snow is fine if I'm on the road as long as it's not like completely impeding my vision. I don't like ice when I'm on the road. High traffic area, but a lot of yes, he lives like just off the. Well, you gotta take a couple of back roads to get to my house off the main road. He lives like just off the main road, so. Let me see. I think I'm in area 12 now. No, I am not. I meant to say area 14. Because it diverges. Yes, okay. This is the area with MegaMan in it. So... I'm sincere, like, when I eventually do the full, like, Battle Network series retrospective, I'm using these streams as, like, some of the B-roll footage. I am sincerely going to take a look at how long we spent grinding for that wood aura, just to figure out that we could get it in a trade. I wouldn't even say that's really to the game's detriment, but it adds frustration when this is literally the only post-game you have. Just collect chips and fight base. And 2 other bosses, which the other 2 bosses are just a means to collect chips. Ah. Didn't mean to get hit. Put the whole game in hyperspeed. I'm playing. Oh, put the grind. Yeah, put the grind in hyperspeed. Yeah, yeah. I would if I were playing on an emulator, but I am not. Probably an hour or somewhat less. Yes, I absolutely believe that. Like, I'm gonna actually legitimately check how long it took that we were running around just looking for wood aura, and that's not even counting the time that I spent. Like, off-camera, because I wanted to do, like, a proof of concept, like, I wanted to try to get it off-camera, but not save, and then... No, not this way. Then I wanted to get it while we're on camera. I just wanted to see if the strat would work, and I had no luck. Didn't have jack. Got him. Alright, I believe I am back where I need to be. Area 15, yes. Yep, Shadow Man is here, and I want his stuff. Gonna beat him up and take his gear. I noticed something that they changed about Proto Man's chip in Battle Network 2, Legacy Collection versus, oh, edit the video to run at 15, 20 minutes, 20 times speed, yeah. I noticed something about Proto Man's chip in the Legacy Collection version as opposed to every other version of Battle Network 2. It doesn't hit as good. Like, in Battle Network 2... Proto Man has this, like, it's a feature of the battle chip that it will, if you, okay, let's say you have 2 enemies standing one in front of the other, like those 2 just were. If this is Battle Network 2, first one was deleted by the sword swing, Proto Man would step over their lifeless corpse and then hit the one behind them, if they were deleted in the first strike. Legacy Collection Proto Man in Battle Network 2 does not do that. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to swap back to the strat that I was using with just loaded down with Shadowmans and Skullman. Yeah, it's like I'm not even going to say it's supposed to be like a perfect copy because it's not like emulation. It's source ports. But of all things to change, I wonder why that one feature was changed. Okay, so he does it in the other games, just not in 2. Alright, yeah, that's weird. Like, he does it in the GBA version of Battle Network 2, though. Like, I'm like 99% certain that he does. Maybe it was a glitch. Debatable. Which way, like, him doing it was a glitch or him not doing it was a glitch. Either way, the argument could be made because I guess it's like if the opponent has a hitbox, you're not supposed to step on their hitbox, or if there's like an obstacle in the way. Like, Kingman doing checkmate in Battle Network 3, he can't land on the opponent. Like, the Kingman chip can't land on the opponent. He has to land in front of them or adjacent to them to do damage, like a Quake 3. I'm not looking forward to having to 100% this again on the Switch and PS4 versions. That's not even counting the Steam version. When I eventually get it. Can Devil survive with 1 HP? Oh, timer was 23:33, not 33:33. Probably a regional difference. The collection is based on the Japanese version. Oh, hello there. At least Buster Max exists. You are correct. Shadowman woke up and chose violence. He didn't even move. He just like, here, have some ninja stars. And now he can teleport to the other side of the screen, apparently. Unless that was a clone and I didn't even realize it. I should have used that other area grab while I was at it just to get it out of the way. No! My timing was off. Alright, I think I can do that run a little bit quicker, so let's try this again. I just love that still image right there. Just Mega Man about to smash him with a hammer. That's okay, I got another one. Hello, Manchu. Welcome to the chat. Oh, I thought his post invincibility was still up. Oh well. Nice, got some Zenny. All right. Now, if only I could use locate enemy to find him again. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I'll be better off if I just don't even bother with trying to double hero this. Just go in Shadow Man swinging. Just throw all the ninja stars at him. What I wouldn't give for a team style right now, or a custom style. Actually, heck, even Shadow Man V1 would do more damage to a boss than Skullman would. Yeah, yeah. My math was just completely off there. And let's just slow it down the rest with S-codes. Useful S-codes. Phrase it that way. Or maybe M's, because I got some M's in there too. I said Manchu. I'm sorry, that's just Machu. There's no in there. I think I need to get some glasses. I think I should have loaded down with A codes instead of M codes because my fast gauge is coded A, so that means I could have more chips to select and just sweep through. Huh, another drop down, sweet. Very first style change I got was, my very first one in Battle Network 2 was Elec Guts. Invis ain't a half bad idea here. I think Gaia is probably a better choice than Quake for this context, simply because it Quake has too long of an attack time. Gaia can, like, go out in a second. Wood ground style. That, it does sound like it would look cool. Functionally, though, I have my doubts. Honestly, the best pairing for ground style, in my opinion, is easily heat ground. Pretty sure I brought this up on stream before, but I think it kind of sucks that elect ground, like the one that is the canonical color scheme for like all the promotional art, is like objectively the worst one that ground could have. I also think that ground style is so easy to get because, like, the very first Navi that you can grind for battle chips in most of the early games is Gutsman, and Gutsman shatters panels. So if you keep using that over and over again, you're likely going to get either a team style or a ground style by the time you get your first style change. So it just seems like it's really easy to do. I rocked Aqua Ground style. I'm pretty sure it was Aqua Ground for my run through of 3 that I did recently. I say recently. Well, it was last year, obviously, because it was back when the collection was new. But I decided to give Battle Network 3 a fresh run-through because it's the one that I had played the least. Sorry, Rush, I don't have time to play with you today. Small challenge is really bad at the game. Yep, I believe that. We all had our little strategies we did back in the day. My strategy now is Gospel Duplication Glitch and 5 Zeus Hammers. I also just loved spamming the double hero program advance, Life Sword as well. Like, as soon as I got to World 3 area in Battle Network 2, I would farm that mystery data for star-coded elemental blades, because, you know, Battle Network 1 and 2, and maybe 3, you can soft reset the green mystery data, or the mystery data that returns every time you leave the cyber world, and I would just get star-coded elemental blades and just deck out my folder with like 3 Life Sword 3s. Just no mercy. Good times. Can't wait to do that again. Zeus style, yep. By the way, who is Zeus.exe? Who is wielding that hammer? I gotta say, if you go to Sprites Inc., you can see rips of the high-res art for the battle chips now. They look phenomenal. Like, I know you can see them in-game whenever you trade, but being able to look at them just on their own, they look spectacular. Like, Zeus from Zeus Hammer and the Paladin from Hero Sword finally have, like, some actual details on them that you couldn't see before, and they look really, really nice. And one thing I kind of noticed, kind of didn't, in between versions of Hero Sword, in between games, is that sometimes he has like a little cape flowing in the wind behind him, sometimes he doesn't. Understandable, because sometimes you just can't be bothered to talk to NPCs, or you just don't really take what they say as important. Because I remember I got stuck in the Freezeman scenario, and I had to go look up on Game FAQs how to get through where I was going. And it's like, I had the gate key, and I remember, and they mentioned Gospel's HQ's in Kodo. So I was like, okay, Kodo Square, go to the back. There's the gate. I'm trying to use the key on the gate, but it wouldn't let me. I was like, why won't it let me in? And then it's like, I'd use the gate key to open up the pathway to under Kodo to get to the Undernet, and then I would get the Gospel ID. But yeah, I completely missed that just because I was impatient, just fighting my way through the game, you know, as little kids do. And I actually had to look up how to get, you know, how to get to the bloody Undernet from Kodo area. Option to use high-res art. Yes, I absolutely agree. I feel like there should be a Steam mod in place to make that possible, because it's like, I mean, they've already done text replacements, and the assets already exist in the game, just change the assignment for where they show up at. It's probably not that simple. I'm probably grossly oversimplifying it, but it doesn't seem too far-fetched, right? With what little bit I know about, like, replacing assets and sprites and all. In-game program advance info is pretty cryptic. Didn't have access to the internet until you're in college, so no. Yeah, I believe that. I actually grew up without readily available decent internet. Like, we got dial-up at some points, which was just not even worth using. And most of the time I would get on the internet was when we would go to my grandmother's house because she had internet. Because my grandfather is a businessman, and of course when I go to the school's computer lab sometimes. All right, Rio, if you can pop back in later, feel free to jump on the voice chat or just jump back in the chat box. We'll be here. Hopefully, honestly, this is the end. This is the end. Yes, this is exactly what I needed. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh, no! I wasn't expecting that. Like when I was mid-swing. Alright, try that again. I need to rewatch The Emperor's New Groove. Bree's been taking me through and showing me some old Disney movies that I never got the chance to just watch all the way down for one reason or another. We watched Hercules for the first time. Or, well, I watched Hercules all the way down for the first time the other night. If you can ignore just how much it gets wrong about Greek mythology, then it's a pretty enjoyable watch. Yeah, that was like one of the things that I really liked when I was in middle school and high school. I loved mythology. And, yeah, Hera was not Zeus's mother at all. She definitely wasn't a caring stepmother. From every version of the myth that I read, at least. And of course, it's just the consistent plague of pop culture wanting to make Hades the bad guy, because they automatically think that if you're king of the underworld, that means you're king of hell, and that means that you must be the devil. I guess that's just a way that... I really don't think there's any other way to phrase it, but Christianity has rubbed off on pop culture, and it's made it to where the underworld equals hell, the king of hell is the devil. So that's why Hades is often depicted as, like, being evil in so many different stories about, Greek mythology. And I'm like, that just isn't correct, because at least based on every version of every myth that I've ever read, Hades was actually a pretty chill guy. And while yes, he did decide where you spent eternity based on your deeds in your life, he at least could keep it in his pants better than most of the other Greek gods could. And technically, yes, he did kidnap Demeter after asking permission from Zeus, but Zeus ain't exactly the most upstanding guy either. But, like, I'm glad that in some works that have come out recently, like Lore Olympus, actually don't paint Hades as the bad guy the entire time. And it's like, nah, it's the other gods who were the less scrupulous. Dang it. I don't know if I'm getting distracted from talking or if my reaction time is just that slow. Can't really actually see what comes to history adaptations. Didn't bother. Yeah, respectable. And there's some where it's like, if you can completely ignore the history that is loosely based on, then you can enjoy it. Like, Emperor's New Groove, Cool Runnings, Treasure... Yes, Treasure Planet is spectacular. Another one that I feel like is along the same lines, but it's not Disney, but it's got a very similar animation style, because if Don Bluth didn't work on both of them, I think people who worked with him worked on both. Titan AE, which I always considered that one to be kind of like the big brother to Treasure Planet, if that makes any sense. I could definitely understand not letting historical inaccuracies ruin a movie for you. Like, I think a good example of one that could fall into that camp, whether or not it should, is up for debate. Pocahontas. If you take it as a work of fiction and not at all based on history, then it's actually a pretty decent story. But because of just how badly they messed up the history behind it, and the fact that the history there actually matters, yeah, that's its own can of worms that I'm actually probably not even the best equipped to talk about. Dang it. I thought I could dodge that. Alright, Shadow Man, you're starting to get on my nerves a little bit. God of War. Yeah, 100% didn't happen. Not really big. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, it's got the same like cyberpunk, like futuristic. It's some like kind of blend of like space travel, steampunk, cyberpunk-esque world. It honestly feels like you could put Treasure Planet and Titan AE in the same room together, and they would be the same movie. Like, nobody would question anything. They would look authentic side by side together, because of the aesthetic that they establish, and a lot of the character designs are very similar. But Titan AE does have some swearing. It's got more intense violence. It has it's got some blood. It's not like a hard R film or anything. I think it actually is rated PG back when PG meant something. And if at the absolute most it's PG-13, but it's a very enjoyable film. At least I think so. Like I said, not Disney. I actually don't even remember exactly which studio it was. I want to say DreamWorks, but I could be wrong. Nope. Alright, if that wasn't it... Nah, too slow. Alright. But every Shadow Man 2 chip I get puts me one step closer to getting an S rank on him. Oh, Prince of Egypt. That was spectacular. I love Prince of Egypt. Hope the Emperor's New Groove will come to Kingdom Hearts 4. Ooh. I've heard whispers that Kingdom Hearts is actually trying to move away from Disney and Final Fantasy and focus on its own lore. I don't know how true that is. But if we were to put a Disney property in Kingdom Hearts that actually absolutely would fit with how wacky it is, not Prince of Egypt, Emperor's New Groove would definitely be up there. But yes, Prince of Egypt was spectacular. And no, not entirely biblically accurate, but it got the important stuff right. Like, I feel like that's the best way I can describe it. It didn't exactly get it word for word correct to the Book of Exodus, but it got the important stuff right. And, oh, whoops. And it's still a fantastic movie. Even if you aren't particularly religious, I think that it's still a great watch for anyone who's interested in just really high quality animation. Then, of course, there's all the memes that, all the memes about the shared history that Prince of Egypt has with Shrek. Kronk could be a great Kingdom Hearts summon. Yep. he would be like a. I think if he was a summon, he would be a terrain crossing type. Like, he would put you in the little carrier on his back, and he would help you like jump over like long distances, or he would be like an invincible platform. You just run around at hyperspeed, and you just bonk stuff with your Keyblade or cast magic from a distance. You can't use lightning, though, because the second you use lightning, you fall down a hole. Oh yeah, Treasure Planet will work so well. And they actually have referenced it in there, like in Kingdom Hearts, I'm pretty sure it was 3. There's, like, little treasure moons you can encounter, which are clearly homages to Treasure Planet, but the actual characters and world have not appeared in that. Disney, such as Dreamlight Valley and Disney Speedstorm. Same thing about the summon. Yep. Yeah, see? We're on the same wavelength here. That's exactly what Kronk would need to be. Either that, or he just gets in the kitchen and starts cooking to start slinging spinach puffs at you. And those, like instantly restore your HP. He throws you a basket of Grandma's breakfast, and it maxes out your MP, that kind of stuff. Sir Isaac saying right there. Cooks up some stuff, heals Sora a bit, and beats up the Heartless. Yep. Just whack some of the frying pan. I had a thought, but I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna need a second to remember it. Let's see, we're talking about Emperor's New Groove, Prince of Egypt, Kingdom Hearts. Disney lost copyright protection for Mickey. As far as I recall, it was specifically the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey, not the other one. Or not, like, the main iconic version. I could be mistaken. I haven't really followed the whole thing. I just thought it's kind of funny that they lost Winnie the Pooh, then they lost at least one version of Mickey Mouse. Public domain. Yeah, public domain specifically on Steamboat Willie, yes. And the memes just exploded after that. Command to burn the Spanish puffs goes crazy, and he just just goes around whacking him with a flaming frying pan. Yep. That sounds like something Kronk would do. Or he'd feed them poison that turns them into llamas, making them vulnerable. Cusco's poison. No, he accidentally tips over the cabinet full of potions, and it just explodes everything and just causes massive damage. Yeah, I really think... I remember what I was going to say. Anyone here watch Ahsoka? Like, anyone here keep up with, like, the Disney Star Wars stuff? Because Ahsoka, the TV series, ripped something straight out of Treasure Planet, and I have not seen nearly enough people talking about it or memeing on it, but it absolutely deserves it. And there's, like, they find a map. It's like, it's a little golden ball, and the people who find it at first are like, oh, we can't really do anything with it. We don't know how it works. And then some schmuck who is not like an expert in the field just taps a couple buttons, twists a couple things, all of a sudden, boom, look at that, star map. And I'm just like, this is literally Treasure Planet right here. Granted, the maps are leading to two very different things, but still, the point remains, it was freaking Treasure Planet. I ain't mad that they want to reference Treasure Planet, though, because I love Treasure Planet and I love Star Wars, so I'm not saying you should have an entire crossover of them together, but if one wanted to lift elements from the other to inspire them slightly, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, Wreck-It Ralph was a summon, but we need, like, this whole world. Like, I would love to see, like, Sora in, like, a old-timey arcade world setting. Wreck-It Ralph was my favorite Disney movie for the longest time. It was, and then I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame. Which, that actually got an appearance in Dream Drop Distance, but I feel like they could have handled it a little bit better. Like South Park, another show was Robot Chicken, where they featured Mickey Mouse, seen parody just before 2024. I miss Robot Chicken. That is one thing that I will say I miss about having access to TV back when I used to live with my parents. I miss watching Robot Chicken. They have the best Star Wars parodies, too. Like, Family Guy, Simpsons, nah. They don't even come close compared to Robot Chicken's parodies. And it's not even a thing of me liking Robot Chicken over either of those shows. It's just, the parodies were better. Oh yeah, Hunchback was spectacular. The sequel, on the other hand, bleh. But, like, Hunchback has, like, one of my favorite Disney soundtracks ever. It's got the best villain song, I think. And yeah, it's a little cliche to say that Judge Claude Frollo's song Hellfire is the best Disney villain song, but it's up there. Like, it really is. It's dramatic. It's got the theatrics. The character himself is not as... he's not having as much fun with it, so if you wanted to have a contester for Best Disney Villain Song to rival Hellfire, I would say that it's Be Prepared from The Lion King, just because of how much Scar is getting into it. Like, visually, and how much the singers are just putting their hearts and soul into it. MegaMan appearance in Robot Chicken. I want to say he appeared at least once, but I can't put my finger on when. Bells of Notre Dame and Hellfire are some of the best. Absolutely. Oh, you were in a stage production a few years back and you played Phoebus. Oh, I'm jealous, my guy. Like, I have never done theater in my life outside of, like, a couple of church things, you know, when I was a kid years ago, but I don't really think that counts because I was, like, just one of the background people. But, like, if I could be in a stage production of Hunchback of Notre Dame, I would love to be Judge Claude Frollo, or Jean-Claude Frollo, depending on if you want to go by the novel or the Disney film. But, like, Frollo is definitely up there for my favorite Disney villain, and I would love to, like be him in, like, a stage production. Singer changes partway through. Be prepared. Yep. It's right during the final breakdown. Be prepared for the coup of the century. Right there's when it changes. Be prepared for the murkiest scam. If I'm not mistaken, it was, like, right there. Or it was around that line, yes. You haven't seen the movie. Oh, you absolutely should. If you have Disney Plus, or, heck, just go to any thrift store. You can probably find a VHS tape copy of it, and maybe even a DVD. Just watch Hunchback of Notre Dame. You owe it to yourself. It's a good movie. It's a little bit darker and a little bit grittier than most of the Disney films from that Renaissance era. I wouldn't say it's quite as dark as Black Cauldron, because that actually does get pretty spooky at some points, but the subject matter and what they deal with is pretty heavy. And I think for the most part they're respectful about it. It's not a perfect movie, especially if you're a fan of the book and you want to look at it as an adaptation. Not perfect by any stretch, but it's great. Let's see. Tried out for Frollo, so did a friend. You played the part of Phoebus during the audition, since they couldn't decide who was better Frollo, but you played Phoebus well. Frollo could have been interesting, but instead we got Wargoyle. Yeah, can you imagine a heartless, possessed Frollo? Like, kind of like the way they did Clayton and even Scar. Don't have Disney Plus or TV. Sure you figure something out. Ran it online. Maybe peruse the Internet Archive. I'm pretty sure it's on some archive somewhere. I don't feel like I should actually, name drop websites or direct links, because I feel like that is punishable by demonetization. But there are means to come across it somewhere. That is one element of the movie that, well, I don't want to spoil too much because I'm recommending it, so I don't want to spoil too much about it. But there's one element, when you watch the movie, I'm pretty sure you'll know what it is. It's the one element about it that everyone complains about. Yeah, you can find it. You can put forth the effort to find it. Ignore the second one. The second one doesn't exist. Like, literally does not exist. It's one of those direct-to-video Disney sequels from, like, the late 90s, early 2000s that was, like, a dumpster fire. Imagine fighting in hell. Yeah, or just fighting atop Notre Dame Cathedral as the city burned. And, like, that had to be how you defeat him. Just knock him off the edge. Kind of like the final, the fight with Gollum in the Lord of the Rings Return of the King PS2 game, where you had to, like, knock him off the cliff and drop him into the lava. Something like that. Would have made a spectacular backdrop. On the subject of Disney sequels, one that I don't really think sucked at all, but I thought was actually pretty good, not as iconic as the original, but was still very good in its own right, was Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Not flawless, but I definitely think it was still good and at least worth one watch. The one that I think was better than the original, Rescuers Down Under. Rescuers Down Under versus the original Rescuers. Don't know if y'all seen those, but it's like, it may just be because I watched Rescuers 2 more than the first one, and the animation was a lot better. Rasputin would have been a fun, thematically funny boss fight. I got feelings about Rasputin because, like, I love the song Rah Rah Rasputin, and then I play Fate Grand Order, and if you don't know much about Fate or Type Moon, like that franchise, then what I'm going to say is going to sound like technobabble, or just in-universe jargon. So, the way things work is, the Fate Stay Night series takes place in modern day, and it's kind of like how Harry Potter has wizards, but instead of like having their own little... I totally didn't know I could get that chip from a solo battle. I'm surprised. But kind of like how in Harry Potter you have wizards, but instead of like living in their own wizardry world, imagine if the wizards just lived undercover in the real world. They just, kept to themselves and did all they could to not draw attention to themselves. No, sometimes Time Moon, but not Fate. Oh, so like Tsukihime, Melty Blood, or Kara no Kyokai? Those are ones I've been meaning to get into, but Fate was the big one for me. Anyway, in Fate Grand Order, they introduced the concept of... Okay, wait, I'm getting too far ahead. So, every so often you run into a ninja and you gotta throw hands. Okay, so the main setup and main conflict of most Fate series is what's called the Holy Grail War. I got distracted and got hit. So basically what you do in a Holy Grail War is your goal is to win the Holy Grail, and if you win, you will, theoretically, have your wish granted by the Holy Grail. And you win this war by being a participant, of course, and you have to do a summoning spell to bring a historical figure from either real history or mythology, or sometimes just a fictional work, into the real world, or into the modern world, and you have them act as your combatant while you, as a wizard or mage, provide support. And there are various classes, but that's not here or there, but such characters include people like King Arthur, Hercules, Gilgamesh, Medusa, and so on and so forth. One concept they introduced in Fate Grand Order, at least I'm pretty sure is introduced there, is the concept of a pseudo-servant, which is you couldn't summon the historical figure properly, and give them a body to materialize in, so you use your own body as a vessel, and they act through you, and your body gains all of their powers. Now, there is one character from Fate who is he is a meme in and of himself with how influential he is, and in Fate Grand Order, he was the pseudo-servant vessel for Grigory Rasputin. And it was very fitting if you know who the character is. Yep, Kim of the White Lion. I remember that one. I haven't seen it, but I remember that there was a whole lawsuit, or maybe that one never actually went to court, but there was a whole scandal of they copied Kim of the White Lion while also simultaneously ripping off Hamlet with the story of the Lion King. So yeah, I definitely remember there was a lot that went down centered around a lot of Disney IPs. But yeah, Rasputin has shown up in Fate Grand Order wearing the face of one of the franchise's other most well-loved characters. So I kind of like find myself in a funny place with Rasputin and his, like, how he carries himself and all that. Alright, let me do some math real quick. Alright, 9 times 3, it's 270 plus 270, that's 540. Let's add again. Alright, yeah, I think this should be good enough. Like any other Disney was... I've never heard that one. I've never heard that Atlantis ripped off anything. But that also kind of wouldn't really surprise me. Yeah, Hamlet's been fair game for hundreds of years. Yep. That's true. And, I mean, heck, it's not even like other works like Star Wars were even like the most original thing ever. Like Lucas flat out admitted he had a lot of inspiration for Star Wars. Like, oh yeah, Shadow Man 3 or Muramasa? Yes, Muramasa! One more, man. Just one more, and then we go fight base. Let's go ahead and save state here as well. But like, if you look at Star Wars, a lot of the shots that they do in the original trilogy were ripped from some old World War II movies, like the way the Millennium Falcon's guns move. The title crawl, I'm pretty sure that was taken from Flash Gordon. A lot of the lightsaber fighting was taken from old samurai movies that George Lucas used to like. Like, I think one of them actually, what was it called? Like, The Seven Ronin or something like that? I don't remember exactly what the name of it was, but George Lucas took a lot of inspiration, and you could borderline call them rip-offs for when he was making the original Star Wars movies. And then even, like, a lot of like the later lore that was added could be compared to other works of fiction. It's kind of hard to admit, but a lot of times, like, the expression goes, there's nothing original under the sun. I feel like that's not entirely true, but a lot of times when we think we're coming up with something original, we're just taking our influences and organizing them in different ways that haven't been done before. But it's also kind of like, I don't really want to use cooking as an analogy too directly, but a lot of things have the same ingredients, but how you put them together will create something different. If that makes any sense. Like, you can create, like, two totally different things using the exact same ingredients. Music for Star Wars was directly... direct rip of Lost Planet Suite from Gustav Holst. I was not aware of that. I'm going to have to go look that up after we're done here. Sorry, on my chat box, there's like a little heart icon. It like lets me post something, like just a quick emoji thing. I can't remove it, and it's covering up part of your message. That's why I had to stall for a second. Make sure I was reading it right. A little too quick on the draw for that. A lot of me is just improving or changing up what we already have, things we've already seen. Nothing wrong with improving recipes, so to speak. Speaking of Star Wars and Japanese stuff, what I think of Star Wars Visions. I think I haven't watched it all yet. I've been meaning to. Bree and I need to sit down and watch all of them. What I have seen, I enjoyed well enough, and like I thought it was pretty good. Like, I definitely am not one of those sticklers who think that, oh, only the original version counts. Only Star Wars Legends is real. You know, I'm not one of those guys. Especially since, like, even if you want to break it down and get technical, what we call Star Wars Legends now, like the expanded material beyond anything that was authorized directly by Lucas, he said that wasn't his Star Wars. Like, even Clone Wars contradicts a lot of other Legends continuity stuff. And, like, he hated Force Unleashed, even though that's, like, a fan favorite work. But Star Wars Visions, what I have seen, the Duel, I saw the Twins, and the one that had Astro Boy. There's no other way to put it. It's basically Astro Boy. I thought that was really, really good. I really need to finish the rest of it, but what I have watched, I've loved so far. Because it reminds me of Halo Legends, and I absolutely love Halo Legends. For those who don't know what that is like Halo side stories, but done in anime style. And it looks it's great. It's very well animated, and the storytelling is really good for the most part, and each one's done in a different art style as well. So it's just a whole lot of fun. Yes, the TIE Fighter short. Like, I really wish that could be like a full-blown thing. It really bugs me when I look in the comments of that video, and I see a bunch of people saying, ew, Star Wars doesn't need to be animated, this is cancer. And I'm like, dude, just get the stick out of your butt. This is amazingly animated by a fan, mind you. This is not professionally put together. This is a fan work. That looks spectacular. It looks like it belong on Toonami with Gundam Wing back in the 90s. Like, this looks... or early 2000s. This looks incredible. You're just jealous that you couldn't do anything like this. Haven't played Halo, I've heard good things about it. That's one I'm not prepared to talk about at length, simply because there's a whole lot to talk about and not a lot of time. I'm not going to say I'm a Bungie purist, because I even enjoyed Halo 4, but the way they've taken the franchise in recent years, at least as far as gaming content's concerned, I'm not the biggest fan of, especially with the whole thing of... like, I didn't touch Halo 5 at all because they didn't include split-screen multiplayer, which, to me, that is a quintessential piece of the Halo experience. You know, couch co-op, couch PvP with your brother, your best friend, your sister, your dad, anybody. Anyone who played with you. That is a key part of the experience. They didn't even have it in Halo 5. Infinite, they have it in multiplayer, and they said they were going to have it for campaign. But then campaign comes out, they're like, nah, lol, JK, we're not doing it. Even though it exists in the code and you can get to it through exploits, but they won't officially support it. And then, of course, the whole free-to-play model, you have to buy the campaign, and the game is technically, quote-unquote, free-to-play, but it's like, you got to buy all the armor, like, with real money. You can't unlock it anymore. And I'm like, you took Halo and you turned it into, you know, a lot of garbage that modern games are. And I hate that is the way that the industry has been going the last several years, because it is detrimental to the gaming sphere as a whole. Kind of going back to Baldur's Gate, that's why Baldur's Gate got so much praise, because it didn't do that kind of nonsense. It actually was a complete game at launch and was really, really good. Reportedly. I haven't played it yet. People who hate animal Star Wars, and a lot of people who love Penny and Spider-Verse. Anime Star Wars, right. Like Gundam, where it's focused on Zeon Zaku 2 during the One-Year War era. Yeah, like the Zaku 2 was like the backbone of Zeon's forces until the Gundam came around. Because, and that's like in September. That's like when the year is like 3/4 of the way over. And then they're like, oh crap, our workhorse isn't working for us well enough anymore because the Federation's got something better than us. We need to get better mobile suits. At least that's the in-universe explanation. The out-of-universe explanation is that they needed more character designs to sell toys, because that's how the TV studios were pushing things back in the day. And Tomino hated that. But I remember watching the original series. If you go, there's like one stretch where, like, every episode or every other episode, there's a new mobile suit. It started simply with the Goof, which was derivative of the Zaku. And then you had the Dom, and then you had like 5 different Marine-type mobile suits. Ah, crap. I pulled the trigger too early. Got distracted. You got me ranting about Gundam again, so... Well, thank you for hanging out with us today, Loaf. It was great to have you here. And we'd love to see you on the stream more often. We'd love to see you back on Discord. And let me know if you want to throw down on Battle Network 2 Legacy Collection again, because I still need to get those... secret chips. But yeah, I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, and all the best to you. Later, my friend. Only seeing a compilation of lightsaber fights. Holy cow, the choreography is phenomenal. Especially in the prequel era, my friend. That is when it was at its peak. Nick Gillard knew what he was doing. Like, Darth Maul is my man. He is my favorite Star Wars character now and forever. And he's only gotten better as time's gone on. Like, a lot of people will complain about character assassination with, like, new works that have come out. I think Maul is one of the few that has been spared from that. Simply because, I'm not going to say there wasn't a lot there to work with, but he has only had development. Life's been busy, but yeah, I'd love to... Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for you, and just whenever you have the time, just pop back in and say hello for a few minutes, Later, buddy. Peace. But yeah, Darth Maul is my all-time favorite Star Wars character. for numerous reasons. Oh, you meant Visions. One sec. Okay, yeah. I love that back when Revengeance, like Metal Gear Rising memes were back in full swing like a year or two ago, someone took the duel from the Star Wars Visions episode called The Duel and put Shadow Man right in your face. Speaking of ninjas, they put The Only Thing I Know for Real from Metal Gear Rising over that scene, and they put Jetstream Sam's audio over it as well, and it worked out super great. It was really fun. Like, you can find it too. It's called like Revengeance Status 2 or Revengeance Status number 2 Star Wars or something like that, and it's really easy to find. Yeah, it should be really easy to find. Just it's on YouTube. I watch it, at least once a month probably, because even though they're probably they're probably outdated memes at this point, I still love the Metal Gear Rising memes, and I've actually been like listening to the Devil May Cry 5 soundtrack and watching a lot of the memes that came with that, even though I've only played up to Devil May Cry 2. Rio and I still need to get on finishing that. That's it! That is it. That is the last one. We are ready. We are ready, everybody. It's time. It's time for the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Which way do I go? Alright, so we gotta find base, we gotta beat him up and take his lunch money. No, gotta go back this way. I don't even think beating base is gonna be hard. I think the challenge is gonna come from trying to get the chip from him, because while Shadow Man is good for fighting bosses, the problem is that this game doesn't like to do multi-hits against barriers and auras, so that means that Base's aura is going to tank the first shuriken, is going to tank all 3 shurikens, so I'm going to have to attack him when his aura goes down. Plus side, because this is Battle Network 1, his aura drops in between every charge attack, and not just Earthbreaker, because he doesn't have Earthbreaker yet. So I can, like, this is it. This is the end game right here. If I want to be extra, I can go for, I think I'm going to fight Base. I'm going to have 2 meaningful fights with him. First one is going to be just to get the life aura, and the other one is going to be... The other one's going to be to... Actually, you know what? Here. I'm going to cheat for a second. I'm gonna save scum my way and get 5 Night Swords, or like 4 or 5 Night Sword C's from this mystery data. Just to load on my folder if I need them. Nope. Nope. Actually, let me go ahead and throw a save state back up on there as well, because I don't want to lose that Muramasa. One thing about the Virtual Console is that loading a save state can undo your save file. So if you are at a satisfactory place, it's always a good idea to have both in place at once. I don't need Quake 3, I need Night Sword. You can keep your Zenny. I'll need that later, because just to see how long it's going to take me to get the rest of the power-ups, I am going to need to get the rest of those just to have a actual final game time. Like, you know, for the review video. Oh, another thing that I didn't think about, now that this is the end here, this is like going to be the last video, I can download all of the streams and use this to begin work on my Battle Network 1 from memory video. Granted, I probably could have already done that with other footage that I have, but I can actually do it in full sincerity with all the same playthrough. Come on, I know you have a Night Sword in there somewhere. Come on, I passed it the other day when I was grinding for Zinni. Forget it. I don't want your Zenny, I want the Night Sword. I know at least one of these can drop it, because, like I said, I was farming for Zenny yesterday while I was just bumming around, and... and I got Night Sword a few times when I didn't need it. On the subject of Soul Calibur, final boss was... Capcom series versus... That would be a pretty cool setup. Like, yeah, you could have... I honestly think characters like Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins or even the Street Fighter gang would be a pretty cool addition. You could have them square up against Soul Calibur characters. Hey, what company owns Soul Calibur? Is that Sega or is it someone else? Alright, you know what? Not even gonna worry about it. Now, I don't need the money. I need the swords. Part of me... Oh, Gaia viruses. I forgot those are here. Part of me just wants to not even deal with any viruses. Just run around and... just reset if I don't encounter base. Namco. Okay, I think they had some characters in Project Cross Zone as well, or Bandai Namco did, I think. So, I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get any Soul Calibur characters in Project Cross Zone. Like, that could have been a thing that they did. As odd as this is, I think I picked it up just because I thought the way it moved was funny. I remember at one point, my main in Soul Calibur was Voldo. Yes, he looks incredibly weird, but the fact that he's like breakdancing while fighting, and he'll like toss you up in the air and just like blender you with his claws, I just thought that was such a funny spectacle back in the day, so I mained Voldo for a good while. I just feel like the internet gods are not going to grace me with Night Swords for the time being. So let's just run around and then let's fight base and then let's speak of the devil. And he appears. Alright, I'm going for chip. I'm going for chip at least once. So I want that chip. Ah, stop it. Alright, just one more hit, and we got this. Is that it? Was that good enough for a life aura? There we go! Post-game completed. That is it. We have done it. Now I'm just going to style on him and finish him off with double hero. Just for the lulz. Just to have it on record that I did. Man, first try. I'm kind of proud of that. First go. Yeah, I am proud of that. I'm proud of that getting them in the first go. Yeah. Wood aura viruses. But you know what this means? This means that I don't have to play Battle Network 1 on stream again. Not for a long time, at least. And besides, I don't think this is too bad of a stream. We're looking at 2 hours and 20 minutes here. About typical for one of these sessions. So as soon as I find base and style on him hardcore with double hero, that is it. That is the end. We can lay Battle Network 1 to rest, and I can start on Battle Network 2 and Battle Chip Challenge, which Battle Network 2 is going to be a on my own time kind of thing. Chip Challenge is going to be the next stream that we do. There he is again. Here we go. They're making this easy for me this time. They gave me fast gauge and a viz and area grab all at once. I feel like the whole base not giving a tell for when he's using his attacks, like, I feel like that's something that they carried over into Battle Network 6, because I remember after a certain point in Battle Network 6, base's AI is programmed to just start like spamming his attacks in rapid succession without giving you a chance to heal or do anything really. Yes, you can still use your custom gauge, but it's like... Do you understand what I'm saying? Is like, just... He doesn't even really move. He just kind of phases to where he gets that invincibility, and then he's just, like, rapidly throwing out attacks at you one after another. Just, you know, trying to ruin your day. I know extra fast gauge doesn't really do anything, but why not? Anybody remember how much damage Double Hero does off the top of their head? Because I don't. Ha! Actually, not ha. Never mind. Oh, hey! Blake Blast, welcome back. Again, like, this fight right now would not be possible if you didn't point out to me that I could get that through a trade. Here we go. Time to style on him. Proto-Man 3. Alright, sure got Sequence Sword, Fighter Sword, Knight Sword, Hero Sword, Proto-Man. Here we go. Easiest by far. Does feel old school games. Okay. Drop that shield. Yep, there we go. That's game. It does feel like an old school game that can be 100% without any exterior factors and use of rumor. Yeah, no life far from this one, but I already got it, so we're good. That is it, everybody. We are done with Battle Network 1 on stream. I am gonna, like, go out and collect the last few HP memories and power-ups just to, like, max out MegaMan just for time's sake, to include in the video when I eventually get around to making it. But final play time for just beating the game and what it counts as 100%ing it, as far as I'm aware. 24 hours, 19 minutes, and over half of that, or about half of it, was just the post-game. And it was just chip grinding. So, yeah, I'll save the rest of the ranting for when we get around to the actual video. next stream that I do solo is going to be starting the Damageless Run and Battleship Challenge, and I actually don't even know what the next video I have planned is. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking it out with me, despite how a lot of these were just a snore fest. And thank you for being in the chat and just talking with me as we get through this. It made it a lot less of a slog. So, again, thank you all, and we'll see you in whatever the next stream is. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe. Have a good day. And if it snowed where you are, be extra safe, be warm, all that jazz. See you guys next time. Peace.